Thank you, Janelle. Good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here with all of you this morning for an amazing, wonderful workshop. How many people love Speechcrafts? Raise your hands. Yes, Speechcrafts are Toastmasters' #1 tool for marketing, and we are privileged to have an amazing presenter today. So thank you all for coming. As Janelle said, I am District 1's Club Growth Director, and so it is my job here at District 1 to assist all of you with new clubs and ways of club retention. And so if you have any new club ideas, please feel free to reach out to me. My information will be in the chat. But also, most importantly, let's get started in today's festivities. Before I bring up Sheryl, though, I would love to bring up to the virtual lectern our District 1 Director, Keith Jackson, so that he can say a few words. Keith, are you in the building?
I am in the building and I am so excited to be here. Folks, you are so fortunate to be joining us here today because we have the fantastic, the tremendous Sheryl Roush. She is #1 as far as Speechcraft and Speechcraft marketing, and you are in for a treat. In District 1, we are so pleased to host her for this because our goal for this year is energizing our leaders so we can ignite club performance. This is a great way to ignite your club performance by introducing Speechcraft to your club. If you need 4, 5, 6, or 10 new members, Speechcraft is something you should add to your portfolio. So I'm not spending any more time on my remarks. We can't wait to hear Sheryl. So I'm coming back to you, Shantae, to let's get going.
Great. Thank you so much, Keith. Let's get started. I have a question for all of you. Do you want to attract guests and new members to your club? Re-energize your current members? Or maybe you want to launch a new club. Use Speechcraft to spark energy and infuse all of your members. With our district theme of energizing leaders to ignite club performance, this session is ideal for members and officers to watch and rewatch together and brainstorm. Considered by Toastmasters International to be a club's #1 membership building tool, Speechcraft is a blended learning program for those interested in building their communication and public speaking skills. Hosting a Speechcraft series is ideal to attract new members to an existing club, conduct a program in the community, train staff in a business organization, or begin forming a new club. In the 4, 6, or 8-week series, participants learn basic skills in speaking, listening, and evaluating. In today's session, you will discover what a Speechcraft is and how it will benefit your club and members, how to plan and implement an effective Speechcraft series, tips to attract guests and convert participants into members. Remember, the key to success of your program is marketing, and our presenter knows a few things about marketing. Her college degree and over 45-year background is in graphic design, marketing, photography, publishing, and printing. She has written 5 books on this topic alone and has presented over 2,000 full-day seminars on site in 13 countries on marketing. Born and raised in San Diego, she owned 5 award-winning graphic design studios. Invited to what was called a communication skills series, Sheryl Roush joined Toastmasters in March 1987. Yes, 36 years ago. She has since hosted several highly successful Speechcraft series, recruiting 10 to 12 new members in each program. A 17-time published author, her Solid Gold newsletter design book, written for Toastmasters VP-PRs, PROs, and PRMs, became a marketing communications course book at the University of Ottawa. Sheryl is also the author of The Heart of a Toastmaster, which published 135 true stories of our members from around the globe and receives Best Anthology from the International Book Awards. With our session on how to attract new members and retain existing members by marketing a club Speechcraft series, let's welcome and give a warm round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster, past district governor, accredited speaker, Sheryl Roush.
Oh, hello, District 1. Yay! Thank you for joining us on this Saturday, wherever you are in the world. As Shantae had said that, yes, I joined 36 years ago. I know, Keith, you're not even that old. I know. All right. So this is the Mexican restaurant where I walked in that day. And I tell you, I was invited to this communication skills series, had no idea what it was, but I knew that when I walked in the door, I'd found my people. I found my voice. I found my mission. I found my leadership skills. Pat Johnson took this photo, by the way. And this, for me, this is where it all began. So we each have a story. So let's see, Zoom Master, if you could please spotlight me for all and remove the pin on Shantae, that would be great. So thank you. All right. Inside of the chat, there has been a comment there, if you could. All right. So please put the numbers there that number one, have you held a Speechcraft program? Have you attended a Speechcraft program? Number three, do you want to host a Speechcraft program? Because if you're not saying yes to number three yet, I sure hope you are soon. And number four, will you be hosting a Speechcraft this year? Is in before the end of the year or before the end of our term. So before, let's say before June 1st that you start and complete your program. Number five, are you currently conducting a program? So that would be great too. All right, so then go ahead and put your notes in the chat here. Let's light it up. Yeah, this is interactive. Okay, so thank you. We have a lot of threes. Okay, good. And let's see, there are additional documents and the handouts are being popped into the chat here too. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so good. Lake House, Lakewood, thank you. I've spoken at your club before. Thank you. Home of Jack Nichols. All right, so Lakewood, thank you. All right, Carol, thank you. All right, District 50, yay, good for you. All right. Yes, we are recording. Yes, when it is posted, then an email will go out and provide you the link as well as the handouts. All right, so we have a lot of threes, a lot of fours. Number 4 in November. Good answers. Okay, yes. Okay, good. Wow, this is looking great. Okay, we have a 1, 2, 3. All right, Bev Ward, thank you. February 4th. Okay, Trisha, 1 and 5. All right. From our District 49, the Aloha District. Okay, Judith, good answers. Okay, so Judith is our Speechcraft chair. Please put your contact information into the chat for us, Judith, as you are our contact for District 1 in Speechcraft. So whether people want to find out where they can bring in people or that their club, they're going to be serving as coordinator, this is great. All right, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Okay, because I'm really hoping that by the end of this session, you will feel confident and enthusiastic that yes, you will be hosting a Speechcraft program, especially to build your club. So let's light up the chat with this one. Marketing is what? All right, what do you think of that? Marketing is what? I'm going to be watching the chat. Marketing is what? Essential. Good, thank you. What else? hard. Oh, Carol, thank you. My job today is to show you how easy it can be. Tried and proven, simple techniques. All right. It's a promotional tool. Yes. Conversational. Yes. Thank you. Making connections. Yes. It's important. It's absolutely vital to everything that we do. The planning process. Yes. Thank you, Louise. I believe it's easy. We just need to know how to do it. Publicize. Yes. Meeting the needs and wants. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Sailfish. Fun. Yay. Spreading the good news. Thank you, John. All right. So reaching out to prospects. Yes. And in our particular case, marketing is reaching out to potential members. All of these are great answers. Thank you. Thank you. Keep the answers going. Here's how I define marketing as it relates to us in Toastmasters, that marketing is getting the word out. We are the solution to their problem. You name it, whatever problem, issue, challenge it is that they have, we provide answers, and it's a safe place to practice. So people join Toastmasters to gain confidence in whatever that it might be in their personal or professional lives. So whatever their potential issues are, we have something during our structured meetings that help to provide those solutions to it. Let's do some meeting math though, because we need to make sure we have a club. If you think about this in a very simple way, there are 15 meeting roles when we have 3 speakers without any overlap. So that means the speaker is not evaluating their own speech and serving as a counter. Okay, so you with me on that? So 15 meeting roles. That means we need 15 people plus 1 Zoom master if it's hybrid or virtual. And it's tough to be your own speaker when you're also the Zoom master. So you see where I'm going with this. 16 minimum people present. Oh, and let's have some table topics participants, again, without overlap. So I don't know about your clubs, but mine do not call on those who are prepared speakers or the Toastmaster or the general evaluator for table topics. Again, they're focused on doing their task. Plus, we want 2 guests per meeting. Oh boy, and more audience than that. So we're looking at, plus, just in case some of our members are absent for a meeting, 25 to 30. All right, pick your jaw up off the desk, right? This is simple meeting math. If you think about it, there is a number inside of your club that's like the magic number of how many people attend a meeting. And I can tell you, it's really tough the less members that we have. Being a professional speaker now for well over 35 years, the more people, the more energy. One of the greatest benefits for me when I first joined was that it was a full room. It was 25 to 30 people at that Mexican restaurant, huevos rancheros, tortillas was flying across the room, platters were being dropped on the floors, spoons and knives and everything else. Boy, if you can speak at 7 o'clock in the morning with all of that commotion going on, it was incredible training. You could speak anywhere and very early in the morning. So that really helped shape me. And no, I was not a morning person. All right, so let's talk after meeting math. Let's talk about healthy membership then. 20, in case we have forgotten, is our charter strength for community clubs. So what happens if yours is a club inside and hosted by a corporation? We refer to those as programs. That 25 is suggested for those programs inside of corporations, and that the corporation is also responsible for getting employees into the club, the training environment. Wow. All right, so did that kind of wake us up a little bit? All right. Well, the more members equal the more creativity, the more energy, engagement, feedback, fun, guests, educational accomplishments. This is the spark. When we have more people, this is how we engage and really have that ignited club performance. We need to have people. All right. So the pandemic is, let's say it's behind us. All right. Let's pray that it is behind us and it stays behind us. Hakuna Matata. All right. So then moving forward, what are we doing to build our clubs back to a charter and healthy strength so that we can continue to have fun and build our family? Because as we really are, we're siblings in this global family. All right, so let's say that we've decided that we are going to have a Speechcraft program to help revitalize the club, whether it is to re-energize the current members that we have or bring in guests who can become potential members. Who are they? Now, the participants who come in under a Speechcraft program, which may be 4, 6, or 8 weeks, and the club can determine it, those participants are referred to as Speechcrafters. So who might your ideal Speechcrafters be? Here you go. I'll queue up these bullet points and then I'll let you know when to take a screenshot of this. So first of all, again, as you think about the problems, challenges, and issues, who needs those skills that our program offers? Yes, the best answer here is everyone. And yet the key to marketing is that it's matchmaking. Based on what we have to offer, who needs it, that's the match. So we want to make sure that the messaging is aligned. And there's different types of marketing that we do in Toastmasters. There's internal, where this was an internal promotion. External might be for conferences, which are open to non-members. Or if we're hosting an open house, those need to be targeted to non-members, not fellow members of other clubs. All right, shift the perspective here and think bigger, if you would. Then the second question, who's ideal? What are their pains or challenges? I encourage you to make a list, and it could be, why did you originally join Toastmasters? I joined because as a business owner, all of my employees were more of my senior, and I wanted to be respectful, yet be able to give them effective feedback. And I also was horrible about standing up to introduce myself at network meetings. Oh gosh, 15 seconds. Oh, it was ugly. So then the third one is, when is a convenient time for them to attend? And if it's not to attend your club, then reach through Judith Ferber and Shantae Howard to find a club that will be hosting a Speechcraft program that they could participate in. Ideally, if you want to build your club, host the Speechcraft series during your regular club meetings. We will talk about, though, when you host it inside the community and how is that handled, because there's great examples of how we've done that successfully. So where are those individuals located? It could be geographically convenient. In District 1, LA proper, every county, throughout the entire county, you have clubs everywhere. Chances are there is a club nearby them. So then the bottom line, why would they attend? They're looking for what's in it for me. And it may be for personal or professional development. So then you start naming those pains, put them into a checklist that then helps attract them to come into your club experience. Here's the bottom line. Will they invest? And even though dues have been increased now to $60, if you look at that, that is $10 a month. I was just interviewed for an article for Toastmaster Magazine this week. And I said, gosh, $10 a month. I pay $17 a month for Netflix. And there are times that I don't even get to sit and watch a movie. So anyway, if we're looking at that, by investing in their own communication, listening, thinking skills, it could change their life. And that's what we are. So we create a safe place in which to practice. Go ahead and capture a screenshot of this. These are the questions. So if you are here and representing your club, first of all, thank you for attending. Please take this information and share the handout. So the handout from this session, take it back and share it with your club members and especially your board, and determine on who is really close to earning their Distinguished Toastmaster, because it might be the final item that they need in order to submit for their Distinguished Toastmaster Award. People need to be invested. So there's a question that I get here is, well, how much does it cost? How much can we charge? And can we use it for a fundraiser? Let's go into those questions. So first of all, this may help you get started on what are those needs, problems, and challenges for potential people you are going to attract. Go ahead and capture a screenshot. It might be that they need job interview skills. now they're coming back into the workplace, and it could be that they need to know how to communicate face to face and actually look people in the eye, and yes, wear business attire and shoes. So it could be that they just need to freshen up on their skills. And it could be because even though we are masters at using virtual platforms, Janelle, thank you so much for being such a pro and being our Zoom master today, is that we were cutting edge. When everything went instantly to online, Toastmasters, we found a way to do it. We watched the tutorials, we had group sharing, we figured out, how exactly do we do this and share a screen and remember to unmute. Oh, we were right at the cutting edge on that. And maybe in the workplace that they need to present a proposal or an idea. Bottom line, people join our organization to gain confidence. And Keith Jackson will tell you his story as well, and how this really transformed his life too, in overcoming stammering and stuttering. And there are times when, gosh, even in my icebreaker, I had 19 ahs and ums, had no idea what one even was. And I was crying. I had tears flooding down my face. It's true. Members of my club will tell you, yeah, they were there. All right. So find out what the needs are. Become the match. Become the match. And when you meet someone and you ask them what are their challenges, and this is what a woman did for me at the Chamber of Commerce in San Diego. She found out that I was a business owner, and she said, well, Sheryl, what are the greatest challenges that you have? And I said, well, being able to communicate effectively with my staff. Oh, you might be interested in attending this 8-week communication skills series. And I'm like, oh, I need that. And then she said 7 a.m. I went, what? And then she said, I'll buy you breakfast. Olé. All right, we're on. Okay. So this next slide is not in the handout. So on the title page, consider capturing a note of this. There are 3 stages of marketing communication. This is from David Ogilvy in his book and research, Confessions of an Advertising Man. This is the premise of all marketing. So whether it is online or in print, we must follow this order. If these 3 stages are out of order, the marketing will not work. And you see examples of this all the time when they're out of order. And often when I do makeovers and consult with organizations, that I look at things that all the elements are there, they're just not in the proper placement for effectiveness. All right, so let's jump in. Stage 1 of the 3 is referred to as relevance. The question that the reader is asking as they look at something is, well, should I read it, file it, toss it, click away? And the same is true for our YouTube video and our Facebook Lives. People are looking for, what's in it for me? And if there is not a direct, immediate correlation in 1 to 7 seconds, they will find something else to do. You and I do the same thing. We're looking for what's in it for me. Does this relate? So when we name a problem and put it in the headline as a question, now it's a pattern interrupt, and we've got their attention. It's like, oh yeah, I need more confidence with that. Oh yeah, I need to lead meetings. Yeah, I have difficult people I'm working with. Any of those. Those are great headlines to attract people in. Based on how well we establish that in a very short amount of time with relevance, they move easily with us into stage 2 now, which is confirmation. With confirmation, they're kind of skimming around the copy and they're looking to confirm that, yes, they were correct. Does this relate to me? And we want them to say, yes, keep reading. This is a great place for bullet points or longer body copy that gives even more details. So again, that's not going to be at the top of the layout. That's going to be more toward the middle of the layout underneath that grabber headline. The time available here with stage 2 is also longer. It's up to 90 seconds. So if they give us a full minute and a half, is it relevant? They're confirming it. It relates to me. What are the benefits? Posted as bullet points, as takeaways. Then they move with us to stage 3, which is action, or the call to action. And it could be whatever it is that you want them to do. Call now, register early, attend this event. But the other 2 must be done in this order, or the call to action is flat. They're looking for, what do I do now? What do I do next? And here we need to tell them. The time available is as long as needed. because the skimmers, 70 to 80% of the US population, are looking at the bullet points. As soon as they determine relevance and they've confirmed it, boom, they're registering. Avid readers, which are about 10 to 22%, they may go back through and see if they missed anything, or if we did, they're looking for what's that link, or is whatever that's included. Go ahead and capture a screenshot. These 3 stages, again, must occur in any type of marketing in this order. So let's take a look at a couple of things. Thank you, District 1. I love being able to go through Facebook and pull working examples. All right, so based on the 3 stages that we just learned, what's up there at the top? Logo. Logo is a stage 3 item. So unless this is which it looks like it is, an in-house internal marketing piece, then in an external, the logo would not go at the top. It would go at the bottom in stage 3 with the call to action. So this is an internal in-house poster for us. All right, so it's District 1. What is it? The Quality Club Series. When is it? And what is it? The Moments of Truth. I don't know if it's relevant to me, though. That is key real estate right there. I don't know what Moments of Truth is. Let's say that I'm a new member. I don't know what it is. Quality Club, I get. It's a series. That means there's more than one. Okay, I get. The date, I get. But I still don't know what Moments of Truth is. Then it goes into, which is kind of a confirmation item, which is okay placed here for the second Saturdays and with the time zone. Thank you. I still don't know what it is. So I'm already into stage 2, still don't know what it is. Then register now. That's a stage 3 blatant element that needs to go to the bottom of the layout. The most important areas to me on this are those bullet points. So if this could have been tweaked with a question naming a pain up at the top, and it could be something, say that, is it time to do a checkup regarding your club? Question mark. Or what is the quality of your club? Question mark. Or are there areas in your club that could be improved upon? Question mark. Any question that is going to name the pain. And you could even take an answer from the bullet point and turn it into a question and place it up at the top. All the elements are here, just not in the best real estate positions. Make sense? Nod your head. It's as simple as that. And following the format, the formula, you'll be able to do this. All right, so let's take another one. This was for building on club success. Again, it was an internal marketing on Facebook using as a sample from District 1. So here's the first thing. I would completely remove anything about we, our, us from any of the opening statements because it's about you, not them. Make it reader-centered, member-focused. Pull something in here, and it could be, I would start with a question. Let's see. Ready to help your club achieve excellence this year and beyond? Question mark. Want to share your successes and best practices? Question mark. I would take out the we invite you, jump in with join this final whatever, join this session, attend this session. But it's got to have a front load of what's the benefit, what's the problem, what's the challenge, the issue. And then, and it could be, let's edit some of this text and say, finish the year strong, right? And then go into the details on that. So everything else here is good. Just tweak the text. Take us, we, our, anything about us, and flip it so that it is about them. It's completely centered. Here's how this looked in the ad. Great, because it opened with a question. Are you ready to help your club get to the next level? Yes. I would probably remove the Toastmaster website underneath the logo in the upper right-hand corner because you really want to drive them to your district website, not the main website. Again, it's internal. That's a forgivable, which is fine. So great question. Then it announces what it is. Okay. And then the text on this could be a little bit tightened. And because only those 10 to 22% read long body copy sentence structure, 70 to 80% need their skimmers, give us bullet points instead. That's minor, that's easily done. Then it has information. Now on this one, I would probably change the priority of the size of the writing because the date and the time is larger than what the program is about. What also works, this absolutely abides by TI branding, colors, images, fonts. Well done on that. Oh, look, it's by Keith Jackson. Well done. All right, you get stars on this one. And then the register information down there at the bottom, complete with a short link. So all of that works. Again, this could be utilized again in the future and simply tweaked a little bit. Makes sense? That's how this applies. Because in anything that you're promoting for your club, and as we go into how do you market Speechcraft as a series and a program to bring non-members in, we need to take all of that into consideration. So I'm glad that we could cover that part first. All right, into the session handout. Thank you, Chatmaster, for again posting this particular handout. All right. And if you need to reach out to me, my contact information is there. Our club growth director is Shantae, and Judith, thank you for putting your information into the chat box again. Judith Ferber is our district Speechcraft chair. So thank you. And I'm glad you could join too. I understand you've been out of the country. All right. So then the rest of this document is for you to, you can cut and paste the text on this. A lot of this is for reference and information for you. Take this particular page of the handout back to your board and discuss hosting a Speechcraft program during your regular club meetings. Again, in a 4, 6, or 8 week sessions, there is a nominal fee. So let's talk money. The TI policy indicates that, yes, you may use Speechcraft as a fundraiser for the club. Now, keep in mind the club, any funds which are raised by the club, and I know we have Joan Lewis on here, and thank you, our International Convention Chair, as well as past International Director. Thank you so very much. Then, yes, you can use it as raising funds. However, the funds must stay inside of the club and toward educational materials, such as purchasing the digital Speechcraft bundle. So there you go. Not for throwing a party. Sorry. That's something different. All right, then, and what you charge for tuition may not exceed 1 year of membership. So US dollars, that's $120 for a whole year. Now, what most groups are charging is $50. So down at the bottom, it indicates the participant materials that the club purchases for the $50, then determines who the Speechcraft coordinator, who must be a member of that club, gets credit toward the distinguished Toastmaster. You recruit non-members for each of those places in the gateway, similar to Pathways. This is the Speechcraft portal or gateway. The members of the club are not charged to participate in this. This is a huge benefit to being a member of that club. And our current members get to be what are called guides, like mentors for each of the Speechcrafters, those participants who are taking advantage of this 4, 6, or 8 week session. Again, during the regular club meeting. All right, so let me pause here for a question. Can you host a Speechcraft series outside of your club? Yes, you may host it for, let's say, a speakers bureau for a nonprofit organization, and that it's held at a different time than what your regular club meeting is. Those are very supportive. You could host one inside of a corporation to get enough interest to charter a new club. All of these work. It could be a training program for, maybe there's a group. Now, it's different than youth leadership. I'm not touching on that. But with Speechcraft in our clubs, they need to be 18 years or older. So then you could charge $50 per Speechcrafter. And then you have, here's my logic on this. Let's see, the 50 divided by 5, because you have 5 in each one digital bundle, $10 per person. Let's say that you charge $20 for the Speechcraft bundle, their interactive practice-based session, right? So there's going to be online and then inside of the club, whether hybrid or in person. Then there's $20, let's say, toward club dues, and then $10 for something else. There's $50. My whole concept in using a Speechcraft is to boost membership inside of the club, to invite non-members and help convert them. So my strategy behind how the fees are set is that the tuition includes 6 months of dues. Now, if you're toward the end of the dues period, yes, you can prorate it. Yes, you can do that. And then say that that the tuition includes your attendance at weekly meetings through this date, at which you may pay this nominal fee, our dues, for the next 6 months, and people will stay. I'm a walking testament of this. I don't remember what the fee was for the Speechcraft series that I attended. It was 8 weeks. And again, starting on March 15th, 1987. And I'm still here. And 4 years straight, perfect weekly attendance. And then they made me miss one because as president in training, you needed to skip a meeting so that the VP of education could step in and see how they do. And you can't announce. Anyway, that's a whole nother fun thing. That's how you train your officers coming up. So you want to convert them. And what happens if they're not able to join your particular club? Help them find a club convenient for them, because now the club wins, the member wins, the district wins, the world of Toastmasters as an organization wins. And it's all about how can we help people deal with the problems, challenges, and issues that they have. We are the solution to those. We are. Let's not be such a well-kept secret. So this page is for your reference. Again, maximum fee, $120. So this page could be a sample flyer for you. So you see my note grayed out up at the top, how to promote Speechcraft, an example of a flyer or text. So you could take this PDF and you could scan it in with an OCR program, optimal character reader. It reads it, and then shift it into a Word doc or cut and paste and start using this as a flyer. So I've really thought through what are some of the benefits. You're welcome to use any of my text here. Anything in the handout, you are welcome to use. That's why I'm doing this program for you today, so that it becomes easy for you. Just cut and paste. There you go. This page 4, then, would be an actual sample of the promotion, and it's been updated. So the series schedule follows what it would be out of the digital bundle, what topics are. And this happens to be for an 8-week session. You have an option of the 4 or 6. As a Speechcraft coordinator, and when you purchase the bundle, you do not need to determine the coordinator right away. You can just leave that blank and then find who needs the credit toward their distinguished Toastmaster who wants to be a Speechcraft coordinator. But give them, I would say, 1 or 2 months ahead of when you are thinking about having the Speechcraft, so that they can go through and feel comfortable with all of the resources which are available. Everything is provided step by step. It's amazing. All right, so here's basically your flyer, and you can create it from there. Again, look at the 3 questions, naming the pain up at the top. And then the soft statement of gain confidence through practice in a supportive environment. That's what people want. But see, Speechcraft, which is a TI trademarked word, and that is its proper use, not with a capital C, not as 2 words separated. This is what the trademark is. Then help explain it for people. And that it's an 8-week communication skills series. That's what got me. Speechcraft, well, good. And 36 years ago, is just a really cute made up word. Now, it's globally in use. And if you want to see how Speechcraft is used in social media, I registered on behalf of TI the hashtag Speechcraft. Use it like in Facebook and follow to see all the great examples of what other people are doing for Speechcraft. And when you promote your Speechcraft, please use that proper hashtag as well. So that gives you great ideas. Now, how do you give these speeches. That each of these is determined, well, that's what you're going to be covering during the 8-week program. And again, in the coordinator's guide, it has the complete agenda of what you do if it's a 4 or if it's a 6. All right. You want to use the Better Speaker Series set for those 10 to 15 minute educational presentations given by club, or have district members come in, especially if that's their expertise, and that they can be working on a Pathways project. It gives them great experience in speaking outside of clubs of their own. On this page, I've also included something that I created for you in frequently asked questions and support. So let's go to that Better Speakers Series set. All right, so here's some ideas to enroll your speech crafters. Have a special event. And I suggest calling it a free seminar, not open house. I have yet to find information that shows anything more than 0.5% conversion of guests attending an open house that ever join a club. Sorry, I don't have it. I do, however, have numbers that when a special event with a Speechcraft series, the conversion can be 10 members or more. I have lots of information on that from my own 30 years, decades in this organization. All right, so go with me on this, because I think this is the easiest way to draw attention to your club as well as start enrolling people into your Speechcraft series. So for instance, again, the questions are up at the top. Need to give presentations? Yes. Want to boost your public speaking skills? Yes. And communicate with others more effectively? Yes. So whatever that special event is, bring in, and you can also invite accredited speakers who then help you promote Toastmasters, how we have benefited, and help sell the Speechcraft program, so that at that event, you are actively signing up people for the Speechcraft and they pay their money right then, $50, let's say $50, and be sure to be ready with any type of payment method that goes directly into the club. So instead of open house, call it free seminar. Open house, we're still thinking, okay, well, that's great if you're going to have cookies and, you're selling real estate. Then anyway, so have a special event. Again, bring it in. Where is it? What is the attendee going to learn? Public speaking skills, so you can capture a screenshot of this. I don't know, Janelle, if I provided the sample flyer for this. If I did, it's in your cadre of documents there. Thank you. All right, then what are they going to learn? Again, what are the benefits to them to attend this? And then a little bit of information about the bio. And again, and at the bottom, there's a Toastmaster logo. So see, this is in the 3 stages of how to communicate, especially regarding marketing. So this free seminar is proudly sponsored by, and the name the club. We are very forthcoming with this. All right. So what were the results of this? It was a free in-person seminar to launch the in-person Speechcraft program. Could this same concept be used virtually? Absolutely. 2 weeks later, we launched the Speechcraft program during the regular club meeting. At this free seminar, the club provided snacks. There was nothing like free food. And this was in a hospital, by the way. So in the hospital meeting room. And we promoted it in the building, in the company, with the mailboxes and email, and posted on the bulletin boards. We also went outside into the community and also posted this, because I'm not an employee of the hospital, but this is my current club, so we wanted to go outside in the community. What were some of the outcomes on this? My goodness, 65 guests. We had 10 club members at that particular time, only 10. Now, in a hospital, there are certain things you don't want to discuss. And what happened when I approached my club about revitalizing, then one of the older longtime members said, oh, well, we're really happy with just how many people that we have. And one of the nurses, who was a member of that club, fairly new one, she said, if we don't recruit, we'll die. Good thing it came from her. Anyway, she helped to resuscitate this club and went on to be club president, area director, and truly a spotlight, shining star. 14 people enrolled that night at this special event with the $50 for the tuition. 4 to 5 more, I'm trying to remember how many it was, enrolled at the series start. So 2 weeks later, they showed up and we had everything prepared for them. The club results, 12 to 14 new members and 1 new distinguished Toastmaster. When I proposed this to the club, then I said, well, who needs credit towards their distinguished Toastmaster? And one of the board members shyly raised his hand. He said, well, that's the only thing that I need left. And there was almost whiplash from the board members thinking, really? And like, yeah, he'd been kind of quiet about it, and it hadn't been tracked for who's getting close to the educational accomplishments. So there's lessons in that comment by itself. Oh my gosh, this club went from near dead to presidents in less than 1 year's time. So could that happen for your club? Yes. I also recommend hosting a Speechcraft every 6 to 9 months. We need to stay healthy. There is natural attrition. There's turnover, and people may come back into your club again when they see that you're having a crash course, a short series. They may like that just to refreshen up their skills. So here's the actual club promotion flyer that I created. Feel free to capture a screenshot of this using TI branding. The fonts, the colors, the yellow gradient rays behind it, everything is Toastmaster branding. Whether we are marketing internal or external, we need to abide by our branding. That way the message is consistent. It looks like this is from the same organization. Recently, I came across Bang Wong from District 12 over here in Riverside, Inland Empire, that he was doing a training on how to conduct a digital Speechcraft. And I thought, wow, I want to see, how could I learn? There's the flyer that they used, and it was for Phonic Fury. Here is the Facebook post. They call it a crash course. Whoops, sorry. And that they used my model, if you will, for their potential flyer. Very successful in what they did. So you can call it a crash course, whatever. Meet the needs, though, of people who are coming in. There are abundant resources available for you. 95% that I'm going to show you right now, and thank you for loading up the chat with all of these documents, Janelle, that these are the resources available from Toastmasters International. First of all, you can find a lot of these documents, which are going into the chat box right now, at the resource library, and there is the web link. So that's going to be cut and paste in. So before we adjourn today, feel free to click on those links so that you have tabs open and that you can go back and look at these, and make sure to save the chat. So at the end of the session, go into the chat box down at the bottom and click the 3 little dots, and it says save chat, so that you will have all of the text inside of the chat box saved. Again, resources that you can download. On our YouTube channel, there's a Speechcraft promotional video. I would start here just so you get an idea as a quick overview of what Speechcraft is. And then the content overview, this is a 2-page document that indicates. So these are the topics that I put into that flyer for the agenda. That is where I pulled this information. Well, how do you find those topics on which to speak? Also, in educational speech materials, again, it's called the Better Speaker Series Set. You download it as a zip, and it has all of these available as 10 to 15-minute educational speeches, and it's free. So make a note of this, because whether you decide to host a Speechcraft program as a series or not, bring these into your club and have members present these. And you're thinking, oh, well, what do I do about curriculum? It's all done for us. I love this. Being a professional trainer, oh my gosh, it has the curriculum guide as a PDF. It has the slides. I double checked them. They're all very current. It's with our branding. They're valuable topics. Again, free. So you have the slides, and then this is an image of what one of the actual slides would be, free. And then here's a sample of the curriculum. So again, it's all there. It even indicates for you what to do during what. It's almost like from member to trainer, not from speaker to trainer, but from a member to trainer. Again, all of these are free. You have so much support in going forward. All right, then there's the quick start guide for both the participants and the coordinator. This one happens to be for the Speechcraft coordinator. Again, you can download these from the resource library. They're also put into the chat. Thanks, Janelle, for keeping up with me here. So a quick start guide gives you all the information and the visuals that you need. Well, here's one for the participant then. And then the pathways credit. All right, so then the question that I get asked here is, well, what speeches are the speech crafters, again, the participants who are not yet members, then they are giving level 1. So they're all level 1 speeches. And here's the beauty, is that with the digital bundle, because they're already in a practice-based situation, everything that they do in Speechcraft goes right into pathways when they join. It's all there. And it's through the gateway and the portal. So then the Speechcrafter overview for coordinators, this is what this would typically look like, so that then the coordinator can track each of the Speechcrafters on the portal. And it has all of their information. Everything is tracked. I tell you, it's really beautiful how the whole digital bundle has made this so affordable and in-depth. It's quite impressive. All right, so getting started on the Basecamp as a coordinator. And again, here is another video to watch. Step by step, breaks it all down. You get to see everything that the participants are seeing in their own dashboard. This document, so remember I said that most of those would be from TI. This one is from one of our fellow members, Ann Golden. I'm not sure if she's in our chat today or not. She has created a Speechcraft Coordinator Mastery Workshop. It's the best yet that I've seen. And I asked if we could share this Word document, and those are live links inside the Word document, if we could share this, and she said yes. So she is District 38 Speechcraft Chair and Pathways Chair simultaneously this year. She's out of the Northeast. And anyway, so download this from the chat, keep it handy. And then what I also appreciate this is that there's information regarding TI fundraising policies and our intellectual property. Those are considerations too. Just follow everything that's here and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And let's see, anything else on that? Yes, you can use it as a fundraiser and that the funds stay within the club for educational purposes. All right, so then TI has also created a marketing piece if you want to promote this to businesses and their staff. And again, TI item 8628, also put into the chat. So you have so many resources available to you. So let's pause, catch our breath, and talk branding. This was back in 2010 that I remember. Pat Johnson was the international president at that time. And from UCLA, it was Sasha Strauss who was hired to lead a massive effort regarding our rebrand because we needed to refresh. It's only gone through like 5 iterations. And I think that was posted recently in the official members group on Facebook. You could see what the logos were. And we needed to become more current in order to attract, again, our ideal members. And so the branding was established. There's a brand portal and a brand manual. So again, thank you for putting the brand manual or the link into the chat so that you can download this. When you are promoting Toastmasters, specifically the Speechcraft program, feel free to use either the Toastmaster logo or the Toastmaster with the Speechcraft word mark. And those are available, that's where I found them, inside of the brand portal as well. So you have more information here. In marketing, the colors that really attract people, let's say external marketing. Let's say external for a second. We really want to grab attention. Happy yellow is the way to go. happy yellow because in color psychology, yellow promotes cheerfulness, mental stimulation, and moves people to action. You put the happy yellow together with the true maroon, and now you have the hottest two color combination in our branding colors. Cool gray, I would use it maybe as some spot colors, and you can put some white in there too, because cool colors, just like the loyal blue, calm people down. And although they're beautiful colors, if you're externally marketing your dominant colors, personal opinion would be the happy yellow with the true maroon, with some loyal blue and some white and or cool gray sprinkled in. These are our colors. Think for a second of McDonald's, the golden arches. If they were to change the golden arches to a different color, we would not identify it. Neither would a 3-year-old driving with us sitting in the back seat. They wouldn't recognize it. It's just not the same. So if they were to change it, we wouldn't recognize it. So please, please, please use our color palette, our branding. We can leverage the brand with professional images. There are so many right there that you can download and you can use and make it appropriate for what it is that you're promoting. If you are promoting your series inside the corporation, consider using the upper row, third image from the left, because it looks like it's a work situation. Really good product placement right there, by the way, with the coffee mug with their Toastmaster logo. So if you're talking about a community or if you're talking networking, all of these are downloadable. They're professional image provided to us also in the brand portal. Better yet, take photos of your people. And it could be that you do branding. Well, you use your gallery. Use your gallery of your members and use that in your promotion, or someone standing near a lectern. But real people sell to other people. They're looking for the match. Is this what I need? Do I relate to these people? Are they dealing with the same fears that I am? Yes, you have a match, because marketing is that we're the solution to their problem. Make it look real. Keep it authentic. So again, people, have your members. You could even have a photo contest in your club with people shooting action shots during your regular meetings, in person, hybrid, online, and that they get submitted, and maybe they get, $10 or $15 to the TI bookstore, or a gift card for their favorite coffee place, or whatever that it might be. Have some fun with that. Put people into the photos. People want to relate. The final page inside of your handout is resources from me. So if I can be of support for you, you can take a look at this, and based on you're only in California, I'll ship any of the items to you for free inside of the US. In this session, you have discovered what Speechcraft is and how it will benefit your club. You've taken a look at abundant resources that are available for you. We've overviewed how to plan and implement an effective Speechcraft program, including starting with a special event, a free seminar, at least I would say 2, no more than 3 weeks prior to the launch of your Speechcraft series. And at that special event, you promote registration, you have the additional flyer of what Speechcraft is going to be addressing. And then you hand that out, or you put that into the chat box. And when there are more than 5 registrants, you need to purchase a second digital bundle, which then means you could have a second Speechcraft coordinator who also gets credit toward their distinguished Toastmaster. You like that? Check, 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 cha-ching. There you go. And you've also discovered in this fast-paced session tips to attract guests and how to convert them into new members. So here are my questions for you. On the title page to your handout, if you would please, right now, make a note, and feel free to pop it into the chat for us as well. What groups or organizations do you know of that could be served by a Speechcraft program? And actually name those groups. We'll be watching the chat. Love the ideas. What groups or organizations do you know of that could be served by a Speechcraft program? Newcomer organizations. Yes, thank you. NAMI, definitely. National Association of Mental Illness, I believe. All right. I have a friend who is a speaker for them, by the way. All right. Can you put the funds toward Toastmasters membership fees if they join, Carol? Absolutely. That's the whole thing, is that $50, at least 20 of you can determine the entire thing through their club fees. Absolutely. And then it doesn't cost them anything additional. Thank you. Rotary, absolutely. Our Alliance, yes. Thank you. United Way, yes. Thank you. Oh, let's see. And I believe United Way in Los Angeles County serves something like 60 different organizations. Thank you. All right. So Agora speakers, thank you, Mario. Interact, right? NABO, the National Association of Women Business Owners. Thank you. They definitely need it. What about the Chambers of Commerce near you? Financial organizations, yes. Board of Education for teacher and admin training, yes. School district leaders, yes. I know for LA Unified School District, I conducted 120 full day, 120. They were workshops that were up to 2 hours in length, 120 within a year and a half. So please support our education system. School district leaders, yes. In California, we also have CASBO, California Association of School Board Officials. I've spoken for them before. Edward Jones Investments, yes. Any type of churches, synagogues, anything, yes, thank you. Any organization that works with nonprofit, yes, for impact speakers. All of these are great ideas. So here's your next question. Thank you. Who in your club can be of support? Who in your club can be of support? How about your VP of Education to help get this onto the schedule? The president who guides the club and yes, this is what we want to do. VP of Membership, absolutely. Bring it all together. And then who needs credit toward their DTM? You might be surprised when you ask. It might be the only thing holding them back from that educational accomplishment. Then when could your club host a program? And my recommendation is inside the regular meeting schedule in order to boost your membership. I think that's a leading question here, because you can determine, again, for any of these outside organizations, then you can set them up on their own schedule of when would that be convenient for them. And again, chances are you will have more than 5 people in an outside organization. Make sure that it is linked, because the Speechcraft coordinator must be a member of that hosting club. You may host an outside event, but it is hosted by that club and that member is a member of that particular club. So again, when can you host a series? You also have district support. So if you have not yet met our district club growth director, it is Shantae Howard. So give us a wave. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And especially when you are seeing that Speechcraft could help launch a new club, you definitely want to get a hold of her for club retention, as in helping, well, and having the Speechcraft to retain our valued members. Yes, it's easier to retain our members than sometimes it is to go and find new ones. And Judith Ferber, thank you. She is our Speechcraft coordinator chair for District 1. So again, if you ladies would both please put your contact information inside of the chat box, that would be fantastic. So I'm going to stop sharing and let's go right into Q&A. Wow. All right. So take a breath. Take a breath. That was a lot. That was a lot. Okay, let's see. So we have some questions here. Can Gavel clubs host Speechcrafts? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I haven't seen anything that says no. So Judith, thank you for your contact information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chantel, thank you. All right. Good, good, good. All of those. Good. Okay. So you're currently running, Trisha, thank you, from our Aloha district. You're currently running a Speechcraft at the Four Seasons Wailea for their managers. Wow. Okay. Members and Exco. All of these are fantastic. So I'm looking to see what. And in the chat right now, if you're interested in hosting a Speechcraft for your club, please fill out the form that there's a link there for. Great. Okay. So All right. What questions can I answer? Can Speechcraft be hosted in prison clubs? Yes, it can. And I've actually conducted, oh goodness, I conducted Speechcraft for inmates in maximum security at the R.J. Donovan Correctional Facility. So the one which is just 6 miles north of the border at San Diego before Tijuana, now you're making me, because I just moved 3 years ago from San Diego up here to New York. But it was the warden himself saw me at a state event, and he came up to me and he says, "Excuse me, are you the bigwig for Toastmasters?" And I'm like, what, 5'3"? And I said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he said, I'd like to have a program for our community. Okay. Community. I didn't get inmates. I had already said yes and committed to it before I understood the community. That didn't stop us, brought in 10 men from District 5 to help with the program. It was a life-changing experience. I was the only woman going in. And I tell you, it was a life-changing experience for me. The men were complete gentlemen. It was beautiful to see their growth, and many, as a result, went up for parole using the skills which they had learned, and really, really just transformed their lives. All right, so what is the age limit for a Speechcraft? It can be held in a high school club. Well, there's youth leadership if they are less than 18. Otherwise, for Toastmasters, membership age is 18. So you can go either way with that. We've also conducted great programs for the associated student body in high schools. So the leaders inside of high schools. So that would be great. What would be the agenda for the special event free seminar? Bev, here's what we did so that I, as the guest speaker, so that I could do the sales pitch. We set it up where the Sergeant-at-Arms called the meeting to order. President had a greeting, immediately introduced the Toastmaster for the event. Toastmaster immediately introduced me for a 45 to 50-minute high content speaking skills seminar. Brought it in. I had the club members stand so that they could be recognized. And by the way, there were 85 people in that room that then they knew who to talk to for more information. And then I returned it back to the Toastmaster. Toastmaster fielded any additional questions, returned to the president with the proper hard close sale of. And at that time, the handouts were the flyers for the enrollment were handed out throughout the entire audience, answered any questions from the attendees, and then adjourned to the social. And that's when people signed up, was during that social time. Thank you for asking about that agenda. Good.
Sheryl,
Thank
we
you.
have a hand. Sue Tucker has a question for you.
Hi, Sue.
Hi. I wanted to know, when you say do this in your club meeting, is that an hour meeting, or do you have like a 1.5 or 2 hour meeting?
You could do it regardless of the length of your club meeting. For my personal experience, 1.5 hours would be ideal. Hour and a half would be ideal. So what happens if then your club meets every other week? Consider meeting weekly for the series, so there isn't too much lapse between the two. It could be done. It could be done in 1 hour, really streamlined. Keep in mind, though, that the up to 5, and it might not be 5, up to 5 in each digital bundle, that they're going to be participating in the weekly meeting. So they're, even though the icebreaker is considerably shorter, but then they're going to be participating too. You want to give them value. You want to give them value. Right. I would not host. I get a lot of questions here too, is, well, could you host the Speechcraft program for free? You could. Then the club purchases a digital bundle. However, because Pat Johnson and I have had conversations on this, and she says they need to have skin in the game. So to quote our Canadian, they got to have skin in the game. It's like, okay. And I agree with that, because then people, they need to be invested. And today, the toughest competition that we have, it's not the money, it's their time. They're looking for the value That's what they're looking for. Okay. Is it what am I willing to, for an hour and a half each week for 8 weeks, commit to doing this and practice, because they have homework. They need to be committed. And it just, their time, in addition to the tuition, I think they find great value in it. Really good questions. Thank you.
Sheryl, we have a question next from Mario Spurkowski. And I apologize, Mario, if I butchered your name.
Hi, Mario.
Hello, Sheryl. Roush or Roush? I keep
Roush, thank you. In Canadian,
you.
it's Roush.
Each their
It's-
own, I guess.
it-
My question is, what's the best frequency for 4 meetings, for 6 meetings, and for 8 meetings? Is it better to have it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Or again, it depends on the culture of the club.
A lot of it does go to the culture of the club. And aside from that, I would put precedence to what is the culture of the attendees. Personal opinion, at least 6 weeks. The one I joined on was 8. It was loaded. I have so much value in what it is. My meetings were 1.5 hours weekly. I don't think, again, my personal opinion, I would not do every other week unless it's really tight and people stay with it. It's too easy. You know what it's like. You get the agenda for your club meeting for the next week and you go, oh, I can't speak next week. We know what it's like. Sorry, Carol. You sound like someone you know. Anyway, I've heard that in my meetings. And I think to be weekly is going to be the best benefit for them. Then they will be committed. And you know what it's like when you miss a club meeting? It's like, oh gosh, and you find out what people spoke about and all the fun and the happenings and everything else. It's like, oh boy, you miss one meeting, you really miss out on what's happening with people. So I vote for weekly, hour and a half, 6 or 8 week. That's my personal preference. Now, again, it does come back with who are your participants? What's going to be most convenient? Here's an example of that. Inside of a corporation. And if you are working with, say, mid to upper management, you may only get 4 weeks. So if that's the case, see if you could do 2-hour sessions, which they may or may not have in their schedule. Take what you can get and give them the best value, the best practice. Make sure that the guides, the club members, are meeting with them between the sessions so that they really get the value of this program and our organization. And it could be that based on the benefits that those executives receive, they go, you know, we need to have our own sessions here inside the corporation. Now you're talking chartering a club. Find the value. They need to experience it. And how you promote this is that it's practice-based. Practice-based is the best way to explain this. Thank you very much, Mario.
I know I don't have my hand raised, but a follow-up question. One of my clubs is a church club, and they're holding the Speechcraft for 6 weeks monthly. Do you think that's too rare, or is it, again, depends on how the club feels? What's your opinion on that?
I thank you. Boy, I can see both positions in this. So again, it would be how the club feels, what's going to benefit the attendees the most. And it could be if these are for lay leaders inside of the church that maybe only once a month is all they can put into their busy schedule. And it could be, boy, there's nothing that says, to my knowledge, there's nothing that says it cannot be spread out to once a month. Tailor it. Whatever you do, tailor it. Now, and I know I'm speaking to Los Angeles football fans. In San Diego, we received a phone call for a Toastmasters program to be provided for the San Diego Charger cheerleaders. Okay, stay with me. At that time, they were San Diego Charger cheerleaders. 28 girls on the squad. Every year, they need to re-audition for the positions on the cheer and dance squad. We brought in And we first started with a Speechcraft program by the books. This is when we had the books, by the way. And that's exactly what we followed. As I listened to what the directors were saying, they needed something more tailored. So this kind of relates to your church question, Mario, is that we ended up highly tailoring, still calling it a Speechcraft, with 10 volunteer Toastmasters from District 5 in San Diego, including James Tucker, 3 times world champion finalist. We had region advisors, past district directors, past district governors, 4 accredited speakers from San Diego and Los Angeles. 4 accredited speakers, females. And that we tailored the entire program so that it was a media skills interviewing training program, complete with when they were on TV, when they were on radio, what do you do? And the hair flipping and the lip smackings and the lick lips. And boy, did we were tight with them. It was the only program offered in the NFL. I ran that program for 20 years. Including when San Diego became Los Angeles Chargers, and 2 years after that, we all did it volunteer. Nothing, we hosted it. That was one of District 5's cherished community events. But under the umbrella of Speechcraft, all 10 of us volunteers had to be Toastmasters, and that we set up a triple mentoring system. So you had the Toastmaster, the veterans, and the rookies. And just outstanding, 28 girls. So we had spreadsheets galore of making sure that everybody had so many chances at doing all of the functionaries. And by the first meeting, the veterans were running the Toastmaster meeting. The Toastmasters were just sitting there coaching them. So that's how it could work inside of the church. Paul Arnold, thank you for raising your hand. Hi.
Hey, how you doing today?
Great.
Okay, I've got an underlying question, and I'll give you that first, then I'll give you a comment. I moved from a different district to a newer one about a little over a year ago. Active in Toastmasters, became an area director this year just to get to know people. I've talked to clubs about Speechcraft. They all seem to think it's a good idea, but it's hard for me to get even the district as a whole committed to it and get him on board. See, when I was in District 63, we started a club using Speechcraft. It's too long of a story to get to, but very, very successful. Club's been President's Distinguished every year, including the first one. They asked me to start a corporate club. I did that. We used Speechcraft. That corporation then, for all their interns, offered Speechcraft as a gift to them. I know what it's about, how it works. I'm excited about it, but it's hard for me to try to get the district more excited. I'm giving a seminar on November 5th about Speechcraft. I've only got about 35 minutes to talk and then some questions and answers. And now that I've heard this, hopefully I'll get the recording by then, and I'll use that as a resource for them, because I can't cover everything I need to in a half hour.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you saw how this one clicked away.
Yeah.
Paul, Phil, you are welcome to forward my handout and any of these resources to be of support for you and your session. You are welcome to it. You're welcome to it. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep the faith. I'm a firm believer in this program. And thank you for you being an advocate for it as well. And then share your story just based on, the successes that you've had, and sell the benefits. Why would they want to do it? And for instance, I asked a lot of questions, how many clubs do we have in District 1? Well, it's just under 146. What's the average member per club? Well, it's under charter strength. So is there reason there are so many reasons without even getting into the finances. I'm all about serving the people who need it. The points, the numbers, the dollars will follow. Serve the people who need to have these skills and find the need and fill it. So please, thank you. Be the advocate. Thank you. And all the best to you, Paul. Thank you. All right. So I see Sue Tucker, your hand is up again.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. That prompted me to, my situation is similar, that I'm an area director. I have basically 25 people in my 4 clubs because a lot of them are dual members. And then you ask them to do Speechcraft. And our district just had a town hall about club coaching, and it was not real positive. I mean, people were sharing their experiences of, loading a club with like level completions to get their distinguished format. But most of the club coaches, the club never made it. The club didn't commit. So I'm looking at, I've got 25 people. Do I really, can I sell them on the Better Speaker series, which I don't think you get credit for doing for anything else like you used to. So I don't know if I could say, hey, this is a $70 course when I'm working with volunteers who have limited time. Is there any way to, have you seen any sort of coordination with other areas or districts, or something that would help us support to get this going?
Okay. So Sue, here's what I heard is that between those 4 clubs, you have a total of 25 people. Is that correct? Okay. So the area may not host a Speechcraft. The division may not host a Speechcraft. Each Speechcraft must be hosted by a club with 1 coordinator for 5 people inside of that club. You want to utilize who your district now. Did you say you're in Montana, District 78? Correct. So you may want to reach out to district leadership, find out who the district Speechcraft chair is, work with
one. I don't think I have.
Ask. And if not, send them a recording from the session and ask that they create one. Well,
yeah, it'll be a pick me. Oh, you volunteered. Okay.
Well, okay, then Sue, then that would be a good thing for your district because you're asking all the right questions. You know where the resources are, you know how to find them, you know what it takes. And then you would need to have a coordinator in each of those clubs, right? So that's the thing. What you might do instead of all 4 doing it at once. However, I am working with Intel Corporation in Sunnyvale. Actually, they have 5 different locations in California and across. So I'm working with Intel Corporation for each of their in-house clubs to host a Speechcraft program, but that they would be slightly alternated. So not all of them are going at the same time. That one will be used as a model that the other locations can see how the Speechcraft is rolled out, and then that they will have ongoing support. So I would do 1 at a time. I wouldn't do 4 all at the same time. Would be one way to do that. You're going to need support though. You are going to need support. It's tough when you're the Lone Ranger. I get it.
Exactly.
So
Everybody
it's tough, but still be the voice, still be the advocate for the program, and do the best that you can. Provide this information to your district leaders and see where it goes. Because if the district, as I'm finding globally, that our districts right now are down in membership, well, then hosting a Speechcraft is the fastest way to rebuild a club, as well as we're well under par for how many new clubs. Well, then let's take care of our current clubs. Let's rebuild them. Let's re-energize our members. Let's have creative meeting themes. And overall, and it's interesting because with the National Speakers Association and Meeting Professionals International, all of that, then we're going through huge burnout right now. And it's burnout globally because of, you name it, right? And so there has to be a big enough benefit for people to allow the time in their busyness to improve their skills. So Sue, good luck with that. Keep the faith, reach out to people, start the conversation in your district. Okay. Judith, thank you. Hi, here comes our Speechcraft chair. Yes.
Oh yeah, really. I just I just want to add one other thing, because we were talking about that we are the solution to people's problems. But the way I also look at Speechcraft is that people come in and they share their experience with us as well. So the idea is that it's not only that we're going to make them some phenomenal speakers or presenters, but the fact is that they are also giving us a lot of their experiences, their expertise. So it goes really both ways, both directions, not just one.
It does. Thank you. And then due to something that we can do is when they come into our club experience and share that we make a post or a short video regarding how have you benefited from your Toastmasters experience? How are you benefiting from, you just gave your icebreaker in this series. How are you applying the skills back at your real job, or whatever? People love to hear
and the
success stories.
networking part, which I think it's really important that the connections are there. So it's, yeah. That's great.
I know. Thanks to Toastmasters, I can now stand up and introduce myself in as little as 17 seconds without crying. Thank you very much, Judith. All right. Back to you, Shantae.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Sheryl. That was so many great nuggets that we got. I love that word. But so many great nuggets, so many great tips. I am excited about Speechcraft, and I know a lot of people here have gotten great value from everything that you presented today and are going to go on and have amazing Speechcraft. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, and as a reminder, everybody, Sheryl's information is in the chat. So if you need to reach out to her, feel free. My information is also in the chat, as well as Judith Ferber, who is our Speechcraft coordinator for this year as well. And so you can feel free to reach out to us. We will definitely reach out to everybody who filled out the form. And this video is going to be emailed out to everybody who is registered. So you will have access to this information. But Sheryl, thank you.
And thank you very much for the very special gift that I received. It arrived yesterday. One thing I miss about living in California is See's Candy. The closest one to me is a 3.5-hour drive. Thank you. Thank you to the district God fairies who sent it out. I am very thankful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I speak for chocolate. I speak for chocolate. I do. It's true. Thank you for your attending the session. Thank you, each one. Whatever you do, take the ideas back to your club, to your districts. See what you can do. You have abundant resources at your fingertips. And I would not be sitting here today with you had it not been that someone invited me 36 years ago to a communication skills series called Speechcraft.
Thank you. That is a great way to end this. So thank you all. Thank you to Keith. Thank you to Carol for helping in organizing this. And thank you to the Zoom team as well for assisting today, Janelle and John. Thank you so much. Please, guys, make sure you fill out the form before you leave, and so we can stay connected with all of you on everything the district is doing. We have some amazing events coming up as well. But again, thank you, Sheryl, and everybody have an amazing Saturday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.